Hello guys, SILVERPLATED 22 here, bringing you another episode of SILVERPLATED Hybrids. Now obviously we're kind of getting towards the end of FIFA now. We're going to be moving on to FIFA 17 very soon. Obviously I've got quite a lot of new prediction videos coming out. There is going to be one out hopefully tomorrow. I might even bring it out later today. It's probably more later tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be... I've moved into doing different parts as opposed to doing specific leagues because obviously transfers and stuff are going through all the time, so I can't really move on from just having one video on the Premier League because so much is always happening, or you know, in the Serie A, Eredivisie, Liga BBVA. So we're going to do it in lots of different parts, and I think it'll make it a little bit more exciting that way as well. So look forward to that. Obviously this is SILVERPLATED Hybrids though. This is the series in which we make lots of different hybrids. We're moving through all the formations. Now the keen-eyed amongst you all realise that we're on the 4-3-2-1, and it means that we've actually missed out the 4-3-1-2. Now the reason is because that formation actually included Pukki. Now obviously the informed Pukki's come out, so I've decided to re-record, and yeah, so let's get into this because we've skipped one and I'll come back to 4-3-1-2 once I've re-recorded. In net we've got Hamid, who is the American goalkeeper, really consistent, 6'3" with 75 diving, 77 reflexes, 74 handling, and decent kicking and positioning as well. Sorry about that. I found him to be really solid in net, no complaints there really. In right back position, we've got a Polish guy who I'm not actually even going to try and pronounce his name, to be honest, because it's something like Berezinski. It always looks a lot more complicated than it is. Really good player, actually. I was quite surprised at how decent he was. 83 pace, 73 physical, 6 foot tall, high medium work rates, 3-star, 3-star. Not too much to complain about there. Birnbaum is obviously 60 pace, 80 defending, 83 physical, 6'1", low high work rates. Love those low high work rates. Only cost me 10k, and he's still very, very cheap. And I can't really recommend him enough. He's very, very cheap, you know, very solid. Those low high work rates are solid. 83 physical is solid. Can't complain at all. Not as good as this guy, though. Waston. I always call him Watson, but he's not. It's just like, you know, the way it looks like it's going to be, but it's Waston, who is 6'5". What? Medium high work rate, 74 pace, 81 defending, 91 physical. You know what? I started to do a review on this guy, and then, you know, obviously I had to go in for this operation and stuff, but he is amazing. I'm going to talk about him more in game. Francis at left back, 79 pace, 70 passing, 70 physical. Obviously not the greatest defending, but going forward, you know, pretty decent. Has poor skill moves and weak foot. But he's not really a very defensive player. He plays more like a left mid, if I'm being totally honest. Obviously with those high-low work rates. Now, obviously, I've used Gaios before, who, you know, in the past, I've said he was good, but in this squad builder, he played fantastically well. You know, if he had that, you know, that extra physical, it would be a card that a lot of people would look at because he'd have 470s, but he is really, really good, and I really can't recommend him enough. As we move on to the next player, we've got Montez. Now, obviously, Montez, I think I did a review of this guy, and I didn't think he was, I thought he was good, but not amazing, but, you know, in this squad builder, fairly consistent. You know, he wasn't amazing, but, you know, those stats maybe make him look like he should be a little bit better than he is, but he played relatively well, and probably better than he did when I reviewed him, to be honest. Next player we've got is Fabian, who is a fantastic player, plays a lot better than Montez in my opinion, to be honest. He's a bit quicker, he's, you know, got better dribbling, he's actually feels a little bit more physical, and he's shooting from distance, as in real life, he's very, very solid, and he's obviously got that 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, which is very, very nice as well. As we move on into the right forward position, we've got Lovrensis, I think that's how you pronounce it, that's how I pronounce it anyway. He's got 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, 91 pace, 74 dribbling, 72 shooting, 73 physical. Now, to be honest, this is one of the first times I've used this guy. I'm going to talk about him a bit in the video, but very, very tasty player. On the left-hand side, we've got Lozano, who is a player that's got a lot of hype around him in real life. Might make a big money move to, you know, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, somewhere else in Europe, who knows. But Lozano has 89 pace, 80 dribbling, 80 shooting, 72 passing. That is a really, really outstanding-looking card. He doesn't have the 4-star skill moves, which was disappointing to me. But up front, we've got the main man, and ignore the fact he had a dribbling card on him. It's just when I bought him, that's what he had on him. Obviously, I think it's... Does it add on 15 or 10 or something? I think it's 77 dribbling he's got. 80 pace, 85 shooting, 80 physical. That card is absolutely ridiculous. And obviously I gave him an incredible score when I did a review of him. If you haven't already checked it out, definitely go and check it out. And this is obviously, I would say this squad probably deserves a like. It's probably one of the best looking squads I've actually made this year. I've been making money on, trading and stuff. I thought, I'm going to put it to good use. It's quite an expensive squad. And how did it play? Well, to be honest, it played absolutely brilliantly. To be honest, I don't tend to use the 4-3-2-1 formation that often. I feel like it's a bit stale in midfield. I tend to use a 4-3-3 with either a CDM or a cam, just to mix things up a bit. But this actually played incredibly well. And I felt like Lozano and Lovrensis really played as two other strikers. So obviously they were cutting inside and making a lot of danger, and also adding to the fact that Nicholas is absolutely insane. A really, really top quality striker. If you haven't already tried him, I definitely recommend you go out and buy him. Defensively, Waston is insane, guys. I can't describe how good that guy is. He is so overpowered. It feels like a cheat being able to use him, to be honest. He's so powerful in the air. I'm coming up against like Llorente, the newly transferred one into Swansea, and Waston is beating him in the air. And Llorente is like, that's all he's got. He's tall and he's strong. And Waston is beating him in the air every time he comes up against him, which is ludicrous, to be honest. I really felt like this team played so brilliantly together. I think I can't put it down to the formation because, as I say, I've personally not had a great deal of luck with this formation in the past. But I just felt like maybe the midfielders... Look at that goal. That's an interesting one. But maybe the midfielders should have been like a little bit more defensive, and I did open up a little bit, but defensively that pairing of Barnbaum and Waston really cleaned up everything. Now Francis at left back was a little bit of a liability, to be honest. Anytime they went down the right hand side, I did find that Francis was sort of, he was kind of rarely in position, and obviously with not having wingers, it meant that you don't get a great deal of cover, and it did really mean that I got to test out Waston and Barnbaum that a little bit more, and they were solid. I really felt like I can't really recommend them enough. Both of them did really well. Obviously, Waston's the better of the two, but yeah, I think they both played very, very well. Over on the other side, the Polish lad, very, very talented, very nice in the air, quite tall. I think he's 6 foot tall. Very pacey, manages to come back. He pushes forward a little bit, nowhere near as much as Francis, but overall, very solid. And the midfielders, Montez probably stood out of the weakest, even though he was the inform. Fabian was probably the strongest, but Gaios was absolutely brilliant. His long shots from range were ridiculous. I think there was one earlier in the video where he just pinged it from outside the box, right into the far corner. Excellent goal. And to be honest, guys, I can't recommend this team enough. If you can afford it, definitely go out and try it. Obviously, you could use the non-informs and stuff, but yeah, really, really love this squad. Obviously, one of the more expensive ones I've done. Really looking forward to showing you the next squad that I'm going to do, which is one that was meant to be now. But obviously, if Inform Pucky comes out and I had Pucky in the team, obviously I'm going to use Inform Pucky. So yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you actually like the squad or if you like the video. Leave a comment below letting me know what you thought, which players you want me to use in the future. And for end chat today, let me know which players who are bronze on FIFA 16 do you think will be upgraded to have amazing FIFA 17 silver players. Now, obviously, I'm doing the upgrades at the moment, and, I always love, you guys commenting and let me know. Obviously, I can't see every player in the world all the time, and you guys... between us, we have such a wealth of knowledge on which players are going to get upgrades, and let's work together to make some cool videos predicting upgrades. So yeah, let me know which bronze players are going to have amazing silver cards in FIFA 17. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you like silver content. Cheers.